Hello everyone. In today's video, I will tell you about the United Nations. Competition between the main European nations for greater power and wealth led to the two world wars, first in between 1914 to 1918 and second between 1939 to 1945. The First World War killed around 13 million people. This war caused great loss of life, property, and brought suffering to the people around the world. Then, US President Woodrow Wilson came up with a scheme to stop such events from being repeated. उन्होंने कई देशों के सामने दुनिया भर में शांति बनाए रखने के लिए और आने वाले समय में इस तरह की लड़ाइयों को रोकने के लिए प्रस्ताव रखा। 30 countries agreed on a proposal to form a commission that would work to bring international peace. ऐसा विश्व के इतिहास में पहली बार हुआ जब दुनिया भर के लीडर्स किसी एक विषय पर साथ में काम करने के लिए राजी हुए और तब बना League of Nations. The League of Nations was an international organization that was formed after First World War. It was founded in 1920 to solve the disputes between countries and stop the possibilities of open warfare. But the League of Nations failed and the Second World War broke out during the active years of League of Nations. Most of the members of the League did not involve in the war, but some countries chose to go to war. इसके बाद जर्मनी, इटली, जापान, स्पेन और कुछ देश लीग ऑफ नेशंस से बाहर निकल गए. With these major members leaving and other countries like the US and the Soviet Union staying out of it, the League of Nations began to lose its credibility. It stopped functioning in 1946 and the United Nations took shape after that. With the Second World War came the necessity to establish world peace again. Along with maintaining world peace, it was important to develop healthy relationships between the countries, promote cooperation in international affairs, and promote and respect human rights. From the failure of the League of Nations, a stronger foundation was laid this time. The United Nations successfully brought together the countries of the world that are small and big, rich and poor, and have different social, cultural, and political backgrounds. In short, the UN is an organization of the countries that have agreed to cooperate with one another and settle all disputes peacefully. When it all began, the UN had only 26 members. The number almost doubled in 1945, all because of the San Francisco Conference. 25 अप्रैल 1945 को सैन फ्रांसिस्को में एक सभा हुई जो कि 2 दिन तक चली और जिसमें अलग-अलग देशों के 50 प्रतिनिधि शामिल हुए जो कि पूरे विश्व की लगभग 80% पॉपुलेशन का प्रतिनिधित्व कर रहे थे. After 4 sessions, a document was developed and it is known as the UN Charter. The UN Charter set the principles and the structure of the United Nations organization. Now, you might be thinking that how does a country get membership in the UN? The United Nations too offers membership to all the peace-loving countries, but the process is not as simple as getting a club or supermarket membership. By taking membership, the members agreed to the principles of the UN. In 1945, the UN had only 51 members, including the 5 permanent members. Over the years, there has been an increase in the number of members by 4 times. The UN now has 193 members. New York holds the headquarters of the United Nations. The United Nations has 6 official languages. They are English, Chinese, French, Arabic, Russian, and Spanish. These 6 languages are used in the meetings and the documents of the United Nations. आप सोच रहे होंगे कि इतनी सारी लैंग्वेजेस की क्या जरूरत है? UN is an international organization with its members speaking different languages. This should not be a barrier for effective communication. So, it is natural for it to have more than one official language. तो हम ऐसा कह सकते हैं कि यूनाइटेड नेशन ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो पूरे विश्व के अलग-अलग मुद्दों को संभालती है। आप सोच रहे होंगे कि इतनी बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को चलाने के लिए पैसा कहां से आता है? The UN draws funds through membership. The UN receives annual funding from the governments of its 193 members. Each member contributes according to its ability to pay. Factors like national income, level of debt, and population are taken into consideration to decide a country's annual contribution. So naturally, wealthier nations contribute more than the poor nations. So, who runs the United Nations? The UN is a huge organization that needs effective leaders. The head of the UN is responsible for running the UN. Antonio Guterres currently serves as the UN Secretary General. United Nations Day is celebrated every year on 24th October. I think till here you have understood about the formation of the United Nations. Thank you.